Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's dedicated towards creating narcissistic abuse awareness, more so from a biblical standpoint, and I'll also be discussing other general life issues. Today's terminology in our corridors is one special one, as it also goes to describe the very first phase of the narcissistic abuse cycle, and that is none other than love bombing, or in some circles, idealization. This is where one will notice that the abuser tends to smother their victims with attention. It's over the top. It was originally coined from the Universal Church of Christ in the 1970s, where the people noticed how these people here would welcome new converts into their church, and it was an over the top kind of welcome that the critics were like, no, you guys are just being manipulative and you're trying to make these people feel obligated to the church, such that when they want to leave, you people can easily guilt trip them to stay. Narcissists spend a lot of time studying their victim or target before they approach them. When they approach their target or victim, they don't do it in their nature. They are not the monsters that you later on discover them to be. They come with charm as an ace up their sleeve, appearing harmless, friendly, likable, your next door neighbor, someone you would spend time with. They know what to say, they know when to say it. You feel that connection with them. They understand you at a level that no one else has understood you before. And this approach that they take, one will notice that it is actually one of those disarming tactics without you realizing it. All your guards go down. Narcissists can never have you around them if there's nothing they're getting from you. These people are calculative in nature. It is not about you. They may not give you anything. They may breadcrumb you with a few things here and there. They appreciate you here. They never give you a loaf of bread, no? Every one of you around a narcissist are literally pawns on a chessboard. They move you for whatever they want you to do for them. There is no equality with the narcissist. They are always above you. By the time they're approaching you, the partner, they are not coming as narcissists, as the monster. No, they are going to mirror you, the partner. They have studied you so well. You notice that their mannerisms he has that are similar to yours. You seem to be saying the same thing. You seem to be agreeing on a number of issues. You people are so on point. So the suit they wear when approaching you is actually a perfect reflection of who you are. But unbeknownst to you, you are falling in love with yourself. That is so ironic. They're introducing you to a similar trip they took in their childhood as they are forming their personality. This is why you'll hear that they are shapeshifters. They can easily integrate other people's personalities because they do not have an identity of their own. So they'll come in as this interesting person, likable, someone of your kind, someone you'd love to hang out with. Unfortunately, during this time, you are getting sucked into their web of deceit. These people have a pseudo image, a false image that they carry around in them. If they want other people to fall in love with them, they always mirror the other person. Always remember that these qualities that they had at the beginning, they were fake, they were yours, they are not theirs. Every quality these people mirror is absent in them. That's why the envy will come in so greatly, because they cannot have what you have. When they have railed you in, you'll notice that as days go by and you're communicating to these people, they're attuned to whatever you're talking about. They are interested really, and you don't feel negative energy at that time because you are projecting you onto them. You're projecting your very good energy onto them. So even if the negative energy was coming, it's going to get this wall, this positive wall of yours. This whole mirroring will take me back to the book of Genesis chapter 3. When the serpent approached Adam and the woman at that time, the serpent asked the woman, did God really say that you should not eat of any fruit from the garden? Notice the omission there. He knew God had said that tree in the middle. He purposefully left it out. The serpent lied by omission. They are cunning. The woman, as a boundary maker, stood up and said, God told us not to eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the middle of the garden. Adam literally became dumb around that time. He was the one who had the commandment, but he never spoke. Adam believed that he would pull one on God by claiming the woman. He had already sold out. Adam didn't object to anything, yet was there. Because after eating of the fruit, she turned and gave it to Adam. Adam ate of the fruit. Here is where you'll notice that Adam exhibited the hidden narcissistic traits. Covert narcissist or the hidden narcissist, these people have all the traits of a narcissist. However, theirs is so subtle. It's almost like, I love to think of it as a flash flood. By the time you see it, it is about to wipe you out. These are people who you can live with 10, 20, 30, 40 years, 50, and you don't realize they have been abusive towards you the entire time. God did not buy his manipulative tactic. God is truth. Adam sold out long time, and God knew it. She did not put a rock to his head, like, if you don't eat it, I'll, take you out. No, she just turned and gave it to him, and he ate of it. One thing you'll notice about the mirroring is that the serpent, who is deceptive at this time, mirrored Adam and the woman. Remember, he had already lost his light. The moment he started obsessing over God's throne, and there was this major war in heaven, he's cast out by the angels, the light he had left, because God is light. The light he had in him was God. But when he approached Adam and the woman, he mirrored them. Adam and the woman saw the serpent as light. Because they were light, they were projecting their good qualities onto the serpent. And that's why they did not see his evilness. A narcissist will never approach their target as the monster they are. They will always mirror. Maybe you're allowed to be their girlfriend or boyfriend. They are going to preoccupy your time with themselves. They are constantly blowing up your phone. They are messaging you. They are calling you late at night. You're spending long hours in there. This public display of affection. They are posting your photos on social media. You're out and they want to kiss you all over the place. You may even feel uncomfortable, but for them it's like, I want to show the world. You are feeling seen, heard, your sense of worth is shooting up. No one has ever made you feel that way. You believe you have found your twin flame. The only problem is that this flame will burn you up. They intensify their love bombing by pushing you towards knowing your family, your friends. They want to meet each and everyone. They literally want to get into your life so fast, and it's like, hold up, we are going too fast. And for them it's like, no, this is it. Don't quench the flame. This is the time they want to know you. They are questioning you about your family, and you're willingly telling them each and everything. You're giving them the lowdown, the 411 about your family. You're telling them how the other great-grandfather was a witch, the other one was a night dancer, this uncle was mentally retarded, the other relative was a thief. I mean, you're giving them every known detail about your family, all because you feel you have met the one and only God-sent person towards you. And the other thing about this is that these people they will intensify also in this area of sex. They'll pursue sex towards you. They will give it to you and you're like, God, I've never had this kind of sex. It's just, they pick the energy. So it's all about energy. There's nothing about love in there. It is all the currency of intensity. That intensity is narcissistic supply. I've elevated you to this pedestal that you can't imagine falling off. The attention they are giving you, narcissists thrive on attention. So if they're giving you that attention, think it's a mind game. They are not rulers in a castle for them. It won't be long before they are pulling you off that. One other thing also is that while they are so into meeting your family, some narcissists may introduce you to their family members. Then there are these narcissists who you will never meet their family members. You can date 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years and you've never met any of their family members. 10 years. Friends are just acquaintances here and there. And the most strange thing is that you can be living in the same vicinity as the relatives of the narcissist and you never meet them. Someone may be like, all relationships, people do call, you spend long hours chatting and all that. You'll notice this about narcissistic relationships, that it is all about control. They want to know every microsecond where you're at, what you're eating, with whom, why didn't you pick up their call. You will sense a blanket of obsession about these people. They are controlling in nature. Healthy relationships, partners are not controlling. There's freedom of expression. There's respect of one's boundaries. There's respect of one's time. These empath-impaired people do not know how to love. That's why they cannot relate at that level. Their level of relation is control. That's the language they know. That's how they know to relate. That's why they'll control you. Healthy people know it. There's reciprocity. There's need for time away. There's need for boundary setting. You shouldn't smother someone. Give someone space. Healthy people know that. They understand it. They won't object. They are actually for it. Unhealthy people won't stand it. One thing you must remember, that obsessive people are not mentally stable. Be fooled by, oh my God, he loves me. You'll end up in a casket. When they are now introducing you into their world, they usually have certain ways to lay their message. They are either sob stories or they grandiose them. There are those who are going to spend lots of money on you. They'll take you on expensive dinners, trips. They're buying expensive gifts, his cars, clothes, or designer clothes. They will spend on you big time. And those they are the grandiose people. They want to show. All of them show off, but the grandiose people tend to do that a lot. They are all braggadocious, but the grandiose ones they flaunt it big time. Now you're going to find another category of people. Some of you will be like, for me, they didn't even spend anything. True, there's a category of narcissists who are mean-fisted. These tend to be the covert narcissists, the hidden ones. They can ask you out. They take you to this high eat-out place. And, you know, you look at the breakfast alone. You're literally going to remove your arm and leg. Come on, feel free. The bill is on me. Time to pay up. The person has forgotten his wallet. And even goes like, I'm so sorry, I forgot my card, my wallet, and everything was in that place. I'm so sorry. Do you have something? I'll replace it. I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing. I'm so sorry. You know, they go, I'm so sorry. You're like, it's okay, I'll do it. You'll pay back. And you're thinking, oh my God, he's dealing with a lot. He has told you about his difficult past life. You know, you justify what has happened. And hidden narcissists tend to thrive in this area. They are the ones who tend to give you a little. All of them do that. They breadcrumb. But the hidden narcissist does it a lot. What would be normal in a healthy relationship? These people withhold it, then just sprinkle a bit of it. They breadcrumb you, such that when they are breadcrumbing you, you're so excited because they have withheld it for so long. You're now thinking, God has answered my prayer. You've been praying so that they change. No, these people know what they are doing. It is a mind game they are playing on you. There is a category of people. Narcissists are going to love bomb, and this is the new supply. There is something called old supply and new supply. Old supply is simply the person the narcissist had before they got the new one. Maybe they are married or they have been in a long-term relationship, and then they get another person. That new person, or normally the person we call the side chick or mpango wa kando, or the spare tire, or the third wheel in the marriage. Before they string them in, these people sell them a story, and the story always vilifies the wife or the girlfriend they are living with. They will tell them how they have done everything. They have literally laid their lives down for the family, and the woman or man has not appreciated, depending on the gender. They'll tell you this new supply how the other is abusive, is earning great, basically sees nothing of value in them. yet they are doing everything for the family. Your heart goes out to this person, and then they start telling you how you're the only one who is giving them a listening ear, least appreciative, and they feel so vulnerable towards these people. They develop a sense of loyalty towards them. Before you know it, the new supply has now taken over. They feel that the ones in charge of everything, they are the ones on top of the game. You know, at the end of it all, the old supply is the devil's cousin. This is how they also pull the new supply as a flying monkey. She starts throwing insults at the old supply, unbeknownst to the new supply. What is their end game? Your food. Your food for them, and you're the supply they need at that time. Narcissists, for them, it's all about energy. As long as the new supply is giving them energy, they are good to go. They will abandon you, the old supply. Why? They cannot manipulate you anymore. As these narcissists are smothering you, there are chemical reactions that are happening. Chemicals such as dopamine, they feel good, the serotonin, the bonding chemicals are at play big time. And if the also introduced acts like sex in it, it creates that intense feeling of this is the person I cannot let go. People who are dealing with trauma bonds, or what is commonly known as soul ties, the chemical reactions in our bodies at play. You'll feel so close to the person, so close, and if you think like you feel like you cannot live without them. You're idealizing them the way they want. You're mirroring them. The more you mirror them, the more they are giving you that energy. After they've given you that energy for a while, they'll start withholding it. You've already been sucked into this delusional world of theirs, and you're playing right into their psychosis also. Yeah, your friends are like, you know what, go slow. You've just met this man. It's not even 2 weeks. You people already that you love each other. A month he's already proposing marriage, and you're like, yes, woman, this guy is a frog, and you're like, these people they are envious of me. They have kissed so many frogs, they think everyone is a frog. Mine is a prince. Once the narcissist has secured you, they are going to start withholding certain things. Let me assume you're at home with him. Those days it was like, baby, please pass me a glass of drinking water. Right now, give me water to drink. And you're like, you're taken aback. That was so rude. And he blows up. Who do you think you are to tell me what to say in my own house? You're shocked at his reaction. Even go ahead and also, but you were rude. And he's like, he comes menacingly at your mind cannot comprehend what has just happened. The mind immediately starts trying to justify everything. I think he was stressed at work and all that. And you're like, it's okay, but you're frightened. Before you just say something, but now you must think through it. The thing is that the mask has slipped. These people dwell in a state of chaos and confusion. The world is not a world of rest and calm. They can hide for a while that side. After a while, the nature of the narcissist dictates for them to be in a state of confusion, a state of chaos. All that is held by fear. That's why that rage comes easily. The hungry ghosts were demanding their portion at that point. So you suddenly see these maladaptive behaviors stringing out, low agreeableness. They are always in a rage. They appear always uptight every now and then. They are pessimistic. They put you on a pedestal. You got comfortable there, and then they have suddenly pulled the rug with this rage. They are suddenly looking at you like they don't need you around, like you're a problem. And on top of that, even when you try to express your emotional distress towards them, they got mad. So now they have put you in this state of fear. From the pedestal to the threshing floor. You now look back at the good things they were doing, and then you start feeling like, this guy did ABCD for me earlier. I think it could have been me who did something. I think I didn't do it well. You're trying to justify, rationalize. You're doing everything it takes to try and calm yourself down, because you cannot imagine the Prince Charming has become the Beast. And before you realize it, you could be the very one apologizing. And this is also why you'll find these people as apologetic. When they notice you've also lost it and you're leaving, they will even cry. They'll ask for your forgiveness. Any person to apologize, they must introspect. These people cannot introspect. They have a false identity. They cannot look within because they are afraid of what they will see in there. They look at the way society does things, and then they know, oh, so when you apologize, people behave this way. People will accept you back. All a mind game. There is nothing genuine about narcissists. You're apologizing to pacify the situation and, doing your best to take things back to normal. You're self-sabotaging yourself at that point. And during this time, it can even be difficult to go and approach friends over this issue, because we cut out many people. Second thing about this is that the people know a good face out there. So you double your effort working round the clock to make things work out like before. As you're hoping and praying for the original person you met shows up. The way you dedicate yourself unto God, that is the way they want you to dedicate yourself unto them. Literally, they want to be God in your life. But at the same time, they're going to say, no, we are born again, we are Christian. I didn't tell her to do that. There are subtle ways, especially for the covert narcissists. They do that a lot. They criticize you for reading the word too much. You're being with your friends too much. When you withdraw and people ask, they'll be like, I don't know what has happened to her. Do you see those subtle mind games? They are insidious in nature. And then there are those who outrightly tell you to your face, you're spending a lot of time, you're praying a lot. I do not want all that. I do not want you watching these Christian stations. But on the outside, they'll tell people, oh, I am glad she's doing that, she's doing this. It gets difficult to explain to these people what is happening behind closed doors, because there are two sides to the person. The Christian outside are the non-Christian in the house. A rational mind will not, because they cannot relate the two. They only see the good person. They always have a mask for everyone they meet. But above all that, they always maintain two masks, one for the public and one within. Any relationship where you cannot express your emotions freely is toxic. You can easily die in there, because the body keeps score of every trauma you go through. Abuse is not godly, it's demonic and very detrimental to your health. Also, this is the time they'll call your family, friends, and tell them what you're doing. They blow up that happened and they have apologized this side to you. But that way of communication, he's painting you as the person who instigated everything. They are the victims in this case. That is how they start recruiting your friends and family as flying monkeys. So notice this about you. You used to be confident, suddenly you're struggling with low self-esteem. And you're wondering, where did it go? What happened to me? The narcissist happened in your life. And being in a state of constant unrest with these people, your body starts developing health issues. Notice that you're walking on eggshells. That eggshell walking is a result of fear being instilled in you. You become hypervigilant. You're wondering when is the shoe dropping next. You notice you're developing insomnia. You're stressed. You're anxious. You're becoming depressed, exhausted. Your memory is failing you. You're not retaining new things, and the old ones seem to be vanishing. You're still in a state of fear, so nothing new is coming in, and what was already there is becoming foggy. You're having migraines. You're having hypertension. Hypertension, many times we shall talk of the foods. There's a lot of tension in your system. And any person in an abusive situation, your body is going to definitely be tensed up. Cortisol levels are so high. Usually cortisol is very healthy. It's what helps us with our day-to-day movements. And it's an anti-inflammatory. However, when you are in a constant state of fear, the cortisol levels shoot. Eventually, that cortisol has got to go somewhere. It's not like, say, urine that the kidneys are going to hold and flush out of the system. No. This cortisol, it literally takes over the body system, the cells, the tissue, the muscles, the bones. Before you know it, you're having hypertension, developing arthritis, can get into a habit of substance abuse. God is love. God says, I have not given you a spirit of fear, but that of love, power, and a sound mind. Narcissists live in a state of fear, and that is what they will give you. They cannot give you love, for they do not have love. If the narcissist claims to be of God, yet their dwelling is of fear, and perfect love casts out all fear, whom are they fooling? Church, wake up. These are wolves in sheep's clothing. They're on the pulpit, they're on the pews. We solidify ourselves around them. They have a form of godliness to them, but deny the power thereof. Want you under their control. This is why you'll notice there are two gods at play. God of love on one side, the God of fear on the other end. Which God are you going to serve? That is why God says, avoid these people. They do not serve him. They are God of themselves. Conclude with this. Narcissists love bomb. Their love is conditional. It is based on how much attention can you give them. God's love is constant. God's love doesn't have strings attached to it. It's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. The very love he had for you while you were still a sinner is the very love he has today that you're born again. Narcissists do not love. They give an appearance of what is God's unto you because you have a godly nature in you. And you fall for that nature because you are projecting the godliness you had in you. Narcissists lack the source of love in their soul. They are preoccupied with self. They do not have God in their soul. That is why they cannot give you what is of God. Their soul is preoccupied with the self. Thank you for watching. Remember, you are blessed. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.